Welcome back to Central News for Friday the 15th of June. We're here again at Mystery Creek at Field Days with only one day to go of the Field Days event. I'm Katrina McKinley, and in today's news, ANZ New Zealand is a strategic partner at Field Days and has been for over 40 years. According to ANZ, consumer rather than politicians or regulation will determine the future of New Zealand farming. General Manager of Agri and Strategy, Ross Very, says how the Asian consumers are the driving force.
It's certainly changed a lot over the last 5 to 10 years, but if you think about Asia, it is growing very, very quickly, and as it's growing, it's also becoming more wealthy. So there's huge urbanisation going on in countries like China, for example. The middle class in countries like China, India, is just growing enormously, and as countries get wealthier, they do start eating a lot more protein, dairy products, meat. And clearly that sort of plays to our strengths in New Zealand, and you're seeing companies like Fonterra, a number of the meat companies, investing much more heavily in Asia and into the markets in Asia.
Placemakers Kiwis Best is exhibiting exactly that. Some of our nation's best products made locally. Profile Foods Limited Key Account Manager Mark Donovan says people are taking more interest in purchasing New Zealand-made products.
I certainly agree with that. I know myself, when I go shopping, if I can find a product that's made in New Zealand, I'll tend to purchase that ahead of an international brand. I think that there's a lot more loyalty to New Zealand products now than what there probably ever has been, because I think as Kiwis we're very proud of people who can make good quality products that can compete on the international stage, and I think it's important that we tell more New Zealanders that we are competing internationally.
National Bank Young Farmer are very colourful at Field Days this year. They are showcasing what they have on offer for ag kids, ag teens, and of course the National Bank Young Farmer.
Well, Agri Kids is 8 to 13, so primary school, intermediate school age kids. We're developing an Ag in Schools online education program, and that's supported by PICA and the partners in that. We have a national club, I guess, for the kids that age, and they get a newsletter, quarterly newsletter that sort of gives them an update on what's happening. But they have their own contest as well, and they do that in teams of 3. And the uptake that we have is just phenomenal. These kids love getting out there, and they're looking at those old farmers of 25, 27 who are doing well in the contest, and they want to be just like them. And so they're getting the opportunity to have a go. And so Agri Kids is right there for them to participate in. And then as they graduate into high school, our teen ag clubs that are based in high school are just a happening thing. We're taking 10 of the kids over to Hawaii next month for an exchange over there, and they graduate into young farmers.
Time to check out the regions. Weather, the sunshine really warmed things up today at Field Days, but it was still a little frosty this morning. Tomorrow is much the same. Hamilton have the electric blanket on, the spare blanket and the hot water bottle handy as you get down to -2 overnight before warming up in the sunshine to 11. Tauranga, you don't dip into the minuses, but you do have a very cool night on 2 and 13 tomorrow. Again, full sun for all. Coming up after the break, John Calder says how his first Field Days is going as Chief Executive. Steel chainsaw are carving up for St John Ambulance. And then Lisa O'Neill's tells the ladies how they can be fashionable on the farm. Join me after the break.